The Amazon rainforest, a normally tranquil water world, the lungs of the world. But this year's rainy season has come with a different kind of fury. Ancient rivers have overflowed, turning the peaceful green landscape into a churning, deadly sea of mud. The sky seemed to be falling. Extreme rainfall pounded the surface of the water relentlessly for days, creating a cacophony that was deafening and blinding to any river dweller. In the midst of this chaos, a family of giant otters is trapped. Known as the river wolves and strong swimmers, this time their physical strength is tested to the absolute limit against the unforgiving flood currents. Their world was turned upside down. The safety of their nest and the marks of their familiar territory had vanished in the floodwaters. Physical exhaustion and mental confusion began to overwhelm the group as they searched for increasingly scarce footholds. However, the forces of nature show no mercy. The brutal currents begin to break up their swimming formation. The smallest and weakest begin to fall behind, and disaster looms. The Amazon river currents offer no second chances. In a matter of seconds, the distance between the child and his colony stretched into a dangerous chasm. He now drifted alone, a tiny speck in a vast ocean of water. Uncontrollably, his small body was thrown to the riverbank, straight into the maze of sharp, slippery mangrove roots. This was no shelter, but a natural trap. His legs were stuck. His body was wedged between a narrow gap of roots. The more he struggled, the tighter the roots gripped him. He was isolated, cold, and completely unable to move. But the giant otter family bond is incredibly strong. The mother, the leader of the group, suddenly stopped. Her instincts screamed that something was wrong. She periscoped, scanning the murky surface of the water, searching for a small head that should have been there. A faint squeak could be heard over the howling wind. That was enough for her. Without hesitation, she turned around, fighting the strong current alone, leaving the safety of his group to save the flesh and blood that remained. However, a panic tremor on the surface of the water sent a signal to the dark depths of the river. An ancient hunter was awakening. A black caiman, the Amazon's apex predator, began to rise from the riverbed. The cold reptilian eyes caught movement. To Caiman, a trapped otter pup was no longer a living creature, but an easy meal opportunity. It moved silently, gliding through the current like a ghost. The mother finally found her child. She tried pulling, biting roots, and pushing, but nature's grip was too strong. The hard mangrove wood wouldn't budge an inch. Time was running out. Suddenly, the mother froze. The stench of death hung in the air. She turned and hissed, her instincts detecting a danger far greater than mere tide. Her mortal enemy had arrived. The size of the opponent was too big. In the water, the caiman is king. The mother knew that if she attacked, she would die, and her child would still be eaten. She needed a miracle. She needed something stronger than this predator. A predator's patience has its limits. In a terrifying burst of speed, the caiman attacked. Sharp-toothed jaws snapped just inches from the cub's hiding place. A mother's instinct knows no fear. The mother lunged in. She bit the armored monster's side. a desperate attempt to draw the killer's attention away from her helpless child. The diversion worked, but at a high cost. The Caiman turned and gave chase. A deadly chase ensued in a maze of flooded mangrove roots. One small misstep in maneuvering could mean death for the mother. Meanwhile, the child could only cower in terror, listening to the sounds of the brutal battle taking place just meters away. He was alone, cold, and still locked tightly by the tree roots. She had given it her all, but she was defeated. Exhausted and outnumbered, the mother was cornered. Coldly, the river monster realized its prime prey was still waiting. The Caiman slowly turned around, back toward the trapped calf. She had lost the battle of strength. Her son had seconds to run. In utter desperation, the logic of a wild animal broke down. She had to do something her ancestors had never done. In the distance, through the curtain of rain, was the only creature that could possibly match the monster.
The current is too strong.
A fishing boat. Usually an enemy. Today, its only hope. She pushed through her fear, pushing her exhausted body beyond its limits. She swam at lightning speed towards the boat, a final gamble that risked her own life. She didn't attack. She begged. Right next to the boat, she screamed a primal sound that transcended the boundaries of language. She spun, pointing back towards the danger, her eyes radiating pure maternal terror.
We shouldn't be here. The river is angry today.
Help arrived right at the last second. With rarely seen courage, the fisherman intervened in the food chain. Wood collided with water, creating a defensive wall between the predator's jaws and the helpless baby.
Get him away from the
Faced
boat!
with an unexpected opponent, the River King chose to retreat. The risks of fighting against men and boats were too great. The dark shadow slowly disappeared back into the depths, carrying with it the threat of death. Now, only the gentle task remained. With the care of a surgeon, the fisherman undid the root. Nature's trap was finally open. The little one was free again to his element. There is no stronger bond in the Amazon than a mother's love. The reunion was instant and full of emotion. She examined every inch of her child, making sure the nightmare was truly over. Today, the boundaries between humans and wildlife were blurred for one noble cause: life. As the storm subsided and the river calmed, this small family received a second chance. In the heart of the Amazon, miracles can still happen.